What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Look Back at JoshL2. We left off on level 112, Ocean Currents. As I mentioned in the last video, this level I am pretty well known for. Not as much as Burning Gliders and Blue Forest Fire, I feel like, but this is another level that has gotten a lot of hate in my design career. So you'll notice, I'm just going to go ahead and go on. Welcome to the pointless island of hints. Thus, that means you cooked the level. Yeah, that's a really obnoxious part of the level, I will admit, but it's still humorous. So, the whole level, it centers around this thing, and this was one of those levels I designed that, where if I could see it in CCLP3, it felt like a good level to me. That was sort of like oh, I actually have to go through this first. That was sort of the guideline with this set. If I could see it in CCLP3, it was a good level for the most part. I can't say that about every level in JoshL2, but yeah. Alright, so got this little bit with the block slide. I think this is pretty cool. I know it's not everyone's favorite cup of tea, but I still think it's cool. This whole level in general, I do believe, well, the versions in like JCCLP and my CCLP submission set, basically any version that doesn't have these hints around, I think I changed them up a bit to include what's it called? Blue walls everywhere. Real blue walls, that is. But yeah, this is a level that I am still proud of it, mostly because of the time I designed it. Like, if I were to redesign this level to my standards I have nowadays, I honestly probably wouldn't change that much. I probably would have lessened the amount of blocks you need for every section. Like this part having 7 blocks is a little weird, but yeah, overall, I'm still really proud of this level. Totally get why people don't like it. It is a little too much on the precision side. But, you know, it's Force for Precision isn't a terrible thing in the world. And I think in this version of the level you could bust it by just bridging directly here and still have a couple extra blocks. I think that's possible to do, but I wasn't going to do it here. I like solving this level the intended way. And this little soak band right here is pretty cool as well. That was one of those soak bands where I wanted to see if it was actually possible to do. Alright, so this part is a little mean. That double force 4 thing right here, that used to be only 1. But then I realized at the end of the level, even back then I realized at the end of the level, that was a little too much. And I totally screwed it up by going down here first. Nice. The force for precision didn't kill me, but my lack of judgment did. But yeah, I kind of want to design a sequel to this level. Oops. I kind of want to design a sequel to this level that kind of does this better, and I guess for most people make it more fair, because for some reason a lot of people seem to say that this level is unfair. Like this part, I definitely see this being unfair with this one-shot block slide. But it's early on in the level. I mean, that could have been at the very end. Like stuff like that. And not knowing you actually need a block to proceed on. I guess that's an unfair aspect as well. But things like this, where you can slide up and see there's water and just slide right back down. I guess if you don't see it right on time and then you die, I guess that's unfair as well. But I don't know. I think when it comes to stuff like that, I can't really make a level like this 100% completely fair, where every death that occurs is the player's fault. And only the player's fault, not my design's fault. Actually, since well, can I still do it? Well, yeah, I think I still can. Yeah, I only need 4 blocks to go that way. We'll do it the busted way, since this version is like this. I guess we'll go ahead and do it this way. The thin walls here were to prevent this bust from happening, but it turns out people were creative and still found a way to get around the thin walls. But hey, whatever makes the level easier for you. You skip a section, which I think is... I do like that. I don't think I made that possible in the newer version, but for this version at least, I like that that's possible. In fact, if I saved all 7 of the blocks, I could have bypassed this section as well. Alright, let's do this first, then go down here. And then push the last 2 blocks in. And there we go. Well done. I almost thought well done was the title for some reason. Ocean Currents is complete. Not a bad level, in my opinion. I'm not just saying that because I designed it. I don't believe it's a bad level. I do realize it's not everyone's favorite cup of tea or whatever. So I'm willing to accept that part, but I wouldn't necessarily call this an unfair level. Like, not 100% unfair, at least. Definitely could be some changes to make it better. I won't argue that, but for what it is, and at the time it was designed, I don't believe it's a truly bad level. But anyway. Alright, the gold mine. If you recognize this layout, then major props. Well, it's really not that hard to really distinguish. But this is basically the original version of Sapphire Cavern that's in CCLP1. Yeah, for those of you that have only seen CCLP1 being LP'd or anything like that, basically you haven't seen the source levels or the source of the levels that are in CCLP1. This is the original Sapphire Cavern with the original title and everything. I know I've gotten at least 1 or maybe 2 people from JB's channel now following my channel, watching my videos, which if you're watching, I welcome you. I hope you enjoy what you are seeing and like my content and stuff like that. But yeah, this is the initial version of Sapphire Cavern. It had yellow locks, it's called the Gold Mine, and it was changed as such for CCLP1 because mining for gold keys is in the set, which made more sense with the gold theme, with the gold concept. And yeah, and there's also borders around the whole level and such. The green locks were changed to walls. Well, all the borders were changed to walls, but these 2 ones in particular were changed to walls as well. So yeah, that is the gold mine. Pretty easy level. I thought it was a pretty cool concept, which I'm glad got into CCLP1. Alright, Jungle Rumble is level 114. And it's a Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex title as well. So this is basically a combination of Jaywalker, Jungle, and Race for the Chips, all of which are teeth levels. And I thought it was so cool. I thought it'd be an amazing idea. I honestly think it is still a good idea to combine all 3 of the levels into this. Okay, so don't open that lock. The tooth monster is stuck on the force floor there. We'll just kill you off. Kill you off as well. The teeth are pretty easy to kill off, really. Another one just died there. Yeah, Jungle Rumble was, for a while, it was my favorite level in Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. However, that is no longer the case. It has been the case for a while, actually. So I'm pretty convinced, other than the one that's stuck on the force floor, the rest of the tooth monsters died. Alright, so Jungle Rumble is done. That's actually a pretty easy level on principle, but I like the idea of it combining all sorts of levels into one. I think it's pretty cool. Alright, Blockwork. With a really weird setup at the start. Alright, so it looks like we got our block pushing level for this decade already. And it's a little different. It's a sardine can type of level. Sorry. I left a bad taste in my mouth. Alright, so this is actually a pretty simple sardine can. It's not challenging whatsoever. I think it's just packing up the blocks in these like this. And I think since there's an odd number of blocks, you have to stash one up right there. I think, but I want to say this is a very lenient level. Now, I was drinking some Dr. Pepper just now because my throat's starting to feel a little clamped up for whatever reason. I am recording these videos back to back, so that's probably what's causing it. Alright. So because of that toggle wall placement, I had to sort of do this. But as you can see, there's plenty of leeway with this level, or this sardine can. Not that challenging at all. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about this one, really, or anything in general, I suppose. Hopefully the silence of me not talking and such, and my microphone being super powerful for whatever reason, and catching my breathing and whatever. Hopefully that's not too much of a bother. I think I'm gonna start looking around for some at least a different sort of microphone I can use, not necessarily a headset, because this headset's nice. I just don't think it does recording these videos justice, so to say. because it's just so powerful. It captures it like a little too well. Alright, what we got here? Now we got ourselves a little bit of a Sokoban with fireballs involved in the mix, since we don't have enough blocks to cover up all the buttons with just the blocks. So we have to use the fireballs in creative ways. Sort of. So we're going to definitely need one up there. I know that. So I guess we're going to go ahead and do that first. This is an oddball section. I can't say I'm a big fan of this setup, but it's not like it's impossible. Okay, so that one covers all those. So now we're gonna want, I'm gonna want one right here. I can do that by doing something like this. Alright. So how do I want to handle the rest of these? I have 4 blocks and 5 buttons, so I'm going to have to get a fireball on at least one of them. I think this way is the safe approach. Okay. I think the rest of them I can just use the blocks on. Just don't touch this one right there. Don't touch that one right there, because that will free the fireball up. Alright, let's get out of here. I surprisingly got out of that pretty quick. Well then. Alright. Avoiding the button. That is probably the most lamest title in this entire set. Only hit the toggle switch when you really need it, because that hint absolutely needed to be there. So this level is... Wait, how do I... Oh, I need the red key to get there. Alright. So that hint didn't really need to be there. It's pretty evident by the title that you can't press the toggle button, because you need the ball for one of those bombs up there. I think the middle one, because you can get the first and last one with blocks, but the middle one you have no way of getting out. Okay. So a forced block loop. That's cool. Alright. So we got this other block here. What the heck? How did that even happen? I don't even know what explodes that bomb. Yeah, I have no idea what happened there. Like, somehow my keyboard completely went nuts and just... I don't know. I did not press the keys that much, especially in that way. I didn't do that. That had to have been the sensitivity of the keyboard kicking in. Okay, we can just save some time and get these chips this way. Yeah, this is what I meant to do. I don't know what the hell the keyboard was doing there. Alright, so don't really see a reason to get to push the block into water yet, so we're just gonna move on for now. Sorry, I'm probably talking funny all of a sudden. I think my allergies are kicking in. And for such a late hour, that's unusual. But who knows? Alright, so what do we got here? We got ourselves a little bit of a block pushing section. And you can kind of see there's a forest floor down there, so we're just gonna do that. Push that there. Technically don't need the pop-up wall on MS, so you can just backwards boost. Oh, that's not a nice teleport. That's not a nice water placement. GG, 6 years ago, Josh. GG. Alright. Still waiting to get the red key to go down there. I'm surprised I haven't reached that yet. Alright, got that. Like, is there even a way to even get there from here? No, there's not. Huh, I wonder how you get down there. This isn't exactly a level I remember a whole lot of. Oh, I did forget to mention something when I started up the gold mine. So at this point in Trevor's LP, from level 113 to the end of the set, which is a good 37-ish levels, I actually was on a really long Skype call with Trevor, and he finished the LP. I don't think it was one day. I think it lasted about, well, not the call, but we got on the call on Skype, I think for about a week straight, and he finished the LP that way. And I was just basically co-hosting the rest of the LP with him, which was a whole lot of fun, I have to say. Can't say I have done it before with JB on the last level of JoshL2, which I think was called Mocha Latte. But I really remember that being not the best experience, not because it wasn't fun or anything, but at the time I had this laptop that I had really bad internet connection at the time, and I was kind of lagging with the commentary. And yeah, it was just, it wasn't that bad. I don't think I ever really watched that episode, honestly. Alright, so here we have a stress fracture section. And I want to say this initial section used to be something completely different, but I changed it. And yeah, there's a trap underneath the block. I don't know why that is, but it's like that. Okay, so now we gotta get apparently the red key that will let us get those chips that we kept wondering about. Actually, a pretty lenient stress fracture section. That's a cool one, but nothing all that special. Alright, so we got the green key, so that allows us to get to back to where we were with the pink ball and such. and get to the exit ultimately. Alright, so our last chip is behind the blue lock. So we need to fill in all the water, of course. And then we'll get this guy, get that guy, and then we are clear to clear the socket. Okay, I had another block. Where'd it go? It's probably somewhere up there that I didn't see. But anyway, now we release this guy. Ah, it's right here. And then we use the last block to blow up the bomb for the exit. Alright, avoiding the button is complete. I still wish I'd named that something else. It's not a good title by any means. But as a level, it's not bad. It's for some reason, I don't know if it's just me, but it kind of felt something like you'd see in CC1. I don't know, it just felt like that. Other than that water tile by the teleport. But oh well. Alright, Maneuvers is the next level. I want to say that's a wrong spelling for Maneuvers as well, but I don't remember offhand. So what inspired this level was, what level was it? I think We'll Be Right Back from CCLP3 is what inspired it. So basically, there's pop-up walls underneath these blocks. I guess you could say this is the first real appearance of these in this set as a level. And it's not really a hard level by any means. It's just weird. You have to figure out a way. Oh, there we go. That's not the way to do it, but it works. It's a very I have to say it's a very badly construction level. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense in how it works. I don't know. I don't care for this level by any means whatsoever. Okay, now I'm definitely talking weird because my nose is running. Oh, great. Why now at 2 in the morning? Seriously? Alright, mocking. These exits, they mock you. Stupid level idea for the win. I don't have anything to say about this level. This was the part of the set, another part of the set where I didn't have any real ideas for levels, so I just made random things. Oh, this just takes you, oh wait. So, if you couldn't tell, there's invisible walls guarding all the exits, but with the glider there, you might think that's an actual tile, but it's a glider on top of an invisible wall. Yeah, it's not, whatever. Hot blocks. Hot blocks won't be an issue here, but a thief is hiding somewhere. So a lot of people took it upon themselves just to find a thief, and once they find the thief, they just know that's the block, not the push. But essentially, this is just, it's another block pushing level, but with an interesting idea. That's the one with the thief, so now that we kind of know, okay, so it's that one. So if I can see, this block is 3 tiles down and 1 tile left from that block. So let's see if I can see it. So this one right here is the one with the thief under it. So we just know that's the block not to push. It's kind of a... I will say that's not the way I intended on the level to be solved, but it's, you know, whatever works for a player, I suppose. And the rest of the level is just basically pushing the blocks to get the blow-up bombs to get to exits on these ice slides. I like this ice slide part quite a bit, but the level isn't anything that really screams out, oh, this is an awesome level. But you just have to keep in mind on which ones you've actually pushed blocks to, which I really wasn't doing it systematically. So we're just gonna do something a little different. By that I mean we're gonna die. And I'm kind of glad we did anyway, because my window went inactive right at that moment. Okay, so we're gonna do that. So put all these blocks at the start of the paths that they are going to take. That one up there is the thief block. And since this one has 2 paths, we'll just have to keep in mind which one we go through first. Alright. I wouldn't call this a massive block pushing level because it doesn't really go on that long, and it's a little more interesting than the usual push blocks into water level that you see. Okay, I need one more up there. I think that's the one with the thief. Okay, so I think I got all these spots covered. So what else am I missing? I got 4 more blocks. Well, one of them is going to be for the double pathway up there, but what's through the teleport? Oh, a completely different section. Okay, that's kind of cool that I implemented this. That there's another section here. So that one's just a straight path, and then the last one, which we have to take the force floor for, is going to do something like this. Alright, so those chips are out of the way. So now, let's take this block to that corner spot, leave it there, and we'll just go from there. Do one of these at a time. I just like how the ice slides interweave. Like they're not just straight paths to bombs. Like they intertwine with each other, which is pretty cool, I have to say. Alright, so we're going to go left with it. And then we'll go up. There we go. So now the rest of the level should just be simple doing the rest of this. Not a hard level by any means. Alright. What kind of audio glitch was that? What the hell? You probably couldn't hear that on your guys' end, but the audio is like really glitching. Well, it was. Now it's not so much, but that was really weird. Like, sometimes Tile World will do that for me. It'll just glitch out all of a sudden. But, oh well. Alright, Mirrormized. We're just going to take this level on because it's not a hard level. So, we'll end off the decade on a high note. So this level is exactly as the title suggests. It's a mirrored version of this path, just in the opposite direction, and with invisible walls. The water tiles are here mostly so you can see that you're actually moving in the invisible wall maze. Because something I don't really care for in level design, and no one really does this much nowadays, and which is why it's not really well known of one of my pet peeves in level design. Whoa, what just happened there? And I don't remember the path at all. One of my pet peeves with invisible wall mazes is when it's just the invisible wall maze. Alright, you can kind of see it right there. Is where you can't see when you're moving. That's one of the reasons why I never really liked stripes or anything like that. And you can argue that the ending room of empty rooms is something similar. But the ending room of empty rooms with the invisible wall maze, they're mostly just paths that go back and forth, and it doesn't take up the whole section. So yeah, didn't really qualify for me to hate that part, but oh well. Alright, Mirrormized is complete, and we just now hit the 4 million mark in our total score. That's pretty cool. Alright, so next time, guys, we're going to take on level 121, titled Patterns, which doesn't really have a pattern, so to say. It kind of does, but we'll get to it when we get to it. But until then, I will see you guys next time. So thanks for watching, and see you guys later.